celebrating his birthday. I see you, Big Frank. Yeah. How you feel, Rob? Oh, what you got now? Brand new spot Thursday night, y'all. Brand new spot Thursday night, 12 Lounge. Well, not a brand new spot, but a brand new situation. Work it out, school. Yeah.
But tonight, special Monday night edition of the #1 show on Go Hour, CONGA HOUR, brought to you by LiveMusicForYou.com. You understand me? EatLikeMedia.net. Everybody's tuned in right now. Everybody's been waiting. Our Twitter is going crazy. Everybody's going crazy right now because, ladies and gentlemen, we have the pleasure and the honor. We have the king of the go-go beat, the legendary D Floyd of Team Familiar. I know we ain't got the applause button over there, but put your hands together, man. We finally got him. We finally got this dude here. Hey, look, man. Where should I start with you, bro? You have had such a long, illustrious career that I must commend you on that, first and foremost. You know, from the Ray Ashes days. I'm even going back to the Chance Band days.
Damn.
911, Team Familiar, and I got to commend you because you maintain to remain consistent on a certain level throughout your career thus far. I commend you on that. Let's start it off with the Duke Ellington Chance Band days, man. Back in the day, we've had Foxy Brown in here numerous times, and a lot of your colleagues from the past, present, and the future, and they've all had nothing but good things to say about you, D Floyd. And your work ethic is unparalleled to me because one thing about you, you know, you get up and go to work in the morning, and sometimes y'all get off stage what? 3?
Late. Late. Usually midweek shows we finish at about 1 o'clock.
Okay.
And my alarm clock I get home at about 2. My alarm clock goes off at about 5. So it's tough.
Wow.
But you know, we've been doing it all our lives. It's what we love to do. Yeah. We chose to do it.
Yeah.
So ain't nobody making us do it.
Right.
So it's just a labor of love for me.
That's what's happening, man. 8 to 10 p.m. each and every Tuesday night, Heartbeat CONGA HOUR. Special Monday night edition tonight. We got D Floyd in the building. Y'all want to call up at hotline at 240-455-5934. That's how it's going down, man. Now, let's start. How did it all start for you down there?
Okay, so I was at Duke Ellington. I was a Maryland dude.
A Maryland
going to Duke Ellington, riding the bus 2 hours to school.
Right.
The school at Duke Ellington was an 8.5-hour school. They didn't ride the bus 2 hours back. There was some cats up there named Bobby Smoot and Troy Smoot.
Oh man, yeah.
And they was putting together a band, and I was a horn player. and he asked me if I wanted to play horn in their go-go band, and this got to be maybe 79 or something like that. And so go-go really was just getting their feet wet.
Okay.
And Chance Band, I never even heard of go-go when they asked me, but I was a horn player. I go through Southeast on my way home.
Okay.
And so it was cool with me. So, that's kind of how we got started.
Okay. And from Chance, how did the Raz connection start?
Same thing. Going to Duke Ellington, there was a whole bunch of talented young cats there. Joey Robb was there. Okay. Big Horn. John Jones was there.
Wow.
And so whenever DC left Rare Essence, I think this Timbali player named Olin Lake.
Rolling Olin.
Yeah, remember Olin?
Yes, sir.
Boogie Doos used to hang with Boogie Doos.
Yes,
and so they, some of them, I think Boogie Doos was playing for Funk. Funk had already started Proper Utensils.
Okay.
And so he arranged with Boogie to talk to Funk about me getting an audition for Rare Essence. So, so as a saxophone player, I went down and went over to Rare Essence to audition, scared to death, walking down the steps.
You scared?
Scared to death, walking down the steps, and in one corner is Funky Ned and White Boy, and Foots was over there, and to me,
I'd have been scared too.
Yeah, at this point, these were giants in our world. I've probably been 16, 17, something like that, and I didn't really know what to do. And then Godfather got there late. I didn't know Godfather, but I'd heard of him, and he was like, "Shawty, I know you know that Mr. Magic, Shawty," hell, that might have been the only song I ever knew. So we played Mr. Magic, and they hired me. This was early December, but granddad.
So how old were you?
I know I was in the 12th grade, so I believe I was about 17 or 18, something like that. Well, hell, but keep in mind, everybody was 17 at that time. I mean, Joey Robb was at Duke Ellington, John Jones was there, Benny. I mean, we was all teenagers. That's what gets lost in all of this. Is go back then. Yeah. Hell, everybody cared. Nobody cared nothing about no money or none of that. Yeah. It was some, some pretty girls and some fun. Some popularity. Yeah. That's really all of it was about.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Where did your style come from, man?
I don't know. And so, I used to watch, as a performer, I used to watch DC a lot before he left the band. Okay. And then when I got in Rare Essence, I watched Little Benny a lot. When I started getting on the microphone, rap was coming up as big in New York as go-go was coming up in DC.
Yes, it was.
And so I was I was a rap head. I used to love rap, and then Funk started calling me to do certain little raps, little LL joints, and so I love listening.
We used to call you LL. We used to call you LL Go-Go.
Because my first 2-3 raps was LL joints, and I used to love Chuck D. And and so I kind of like that Chuck D, real aggressive in terms of being on the microphone, and but I used to always love to watch Bugs, even though at the time Junkyard was looked at as a little band because they wasn't one of the top 4. Mm-hmm. But I used to love the energy that Bugs had, and I used to try to emulate the energy that Bugs had.
D&D.
Yeah.
That was D&D, man. 8 p.m. each and every Tuesday. Sitting here with the one and only D FLOYD on a special Monday night edition of the Hobby Conga Hour. Like I said, y'all want to call in 240-455-5934, man. Donnell, let me say this to you, bro. When you started 911, that to me, okay, we going back to the Rare Essence thing too, but when you ventured off and did your own thing with 911, that took a lot of balls.
It wasn't.
That took a lot of balls, man.
It wasn't as risky as you would think. The circumstances really, that's what the hand really called for at the time. Me and Rare Essence had gone through a really crazy situation, in my opinion. Like they had, all along, I had gotten the impression that if anything ever kicked off good for Rare Essence, that they would take care of me.
Right.
And somewhere before 9-1, they proved to me that they wouldn't.
And a lot of you guys don't know, this show's worldwide, people all around the world watch. A lot of you guys don't know that Donnell actually penned Overnight Scenario. Am I correct?
Yeah.
Okay. Jay-Z took Donnell's song and made it his own. Now, not trying to get in all in your business. You penned that song.
All right.
That song has sold millions of records. Okay? Yeah, that song. On that particular album was on,
Right.
million. Did these Bammers compensate you in any kind of way?
Nah, and so that's kind of how the whole thing started. Like, I just remember at practice I was messing around with it. I can't remember what the band was playing, but I just kind of started messing around with the hook 3 in the morning, just messing around with it, and it just became longer and longer. Me and Bo Jack was laughing, and by the time I got to the end, I was like, "That's the overnight scenario."
Wow.
We was just joking around. I remember a white boy didn't even really care for it. He didn't like the song, and he thought the hook was too long. It wouldn't work, and we started going to shows, and I kind of just started doing it. I remember him being, upset that I would just blurt it out and all that kind of stuff. But, I always kind of throw stuff up on the wall. I was like, the little adjutant, Yeah. And, as it started getting catchy, though he didn't care for it, he went ahead and started, playing it. And even when we released the album, it wasn't the first or the second, hell, or the third single we released, and Flex kept saying, "Why don't you release this Overnight Scenario? This is the joint that people like." And, so finally they released the Overnight Scenario, and, it became a great song. And as we was moving down the road, kids start telling me, "Yo, Jay-Z got y'all song."
Mm-hmm.
And, as a writer, I know a lot of times people write things that are similar, so I didn't really pay no attention, because it's a lot of songs that have the same kind of character to them. But when I physically heard it, I was like, oh snap! I mean,
that blew your mind, didn't it?
Nah, this is real. Like, this is really. So I started.
That had to blow your mind, bro.
So I started talking to Dre about, was he gonna, did he have a lawsuit that they was doing against Jay-Z? And he was like, nah. So I kind of let it go for a little while. Then we came back. I was like, are y'all going to sue Jay-Z?
Right.
He was like, nah. I said, well, I got a lawyer. Since I wrote it, I'll go ahead and sue him. Then he said, well, nah, we looking into it, but that's about it.
Huh?
And then on this show, I can't remember what the lady's name, but she had a magazine at the time, Sister to Sister magazine.
Yeah, okay.
She had an article saying,
Jackie Brandt, what's her name?
Yeah, something Brown. Yeah. And she's had an article, and she said, local Reyes sues Jay-Z,
right?
Blah blah blah.
I remember that.
And then BET picked up the story, and so it was on. So at this point, I was like, I thought y'all wasn't doing nothing with him. And he was like, well, it's a publishing issue, and you're not a part of the publishing company, so it really don't got nothing to do with you. So that's when I kind of decided, like, okay. But he's right. Man. I wasn't part of their publishing company, but I just always thought that everything would be okay.
At the same time, principles are everything.
Yeah, and so that's when I just started to, and then even still, I didn't really plan on starting the band. I really just thought I would just leave Ray Essence, and we was kind of going to. I had a son getting ready to go to college.
Okay.
So we decided we was going to record an album so that I could have enough money to help him with the college thing. And then as we started recording, like me and Bo Jack and 32, and they started playing with the idea, look, man, let's go ahead and start a band. And so that's kind of how it hell, for 911, hell, the first show might have been the best show because it went down here pretty fast after that.
I was there. That joint was stupid packed. And my favorite joint, when you came up with that, who the man called me out?
Right.
I was like, woo!
Right.
Shouts out to Bula. Rest in peace, Bula, too, man. From that particular night on, you had B-Man on the running the one.
Yeah.
Okay, so next thing you know, you had Rapper Dude up there with y'all.
Yeah.
So how did that happen?
I don't really remember. I know that B, he's a very good guy, but his voice was light and my voice was heavy, and so a lot of people felt like my voice was overpowering him. I was the 2, he was the 1, and somehow we ended up, coming to rapper. I can't remember exactly how it happened, but we was fortunate enough for him to come and get down with us.
Right.
Man, that might have been the best. I don't know how long he was there, but that's my guy. I mean, he's an incredible one, and he came and got down with us, and somewhere in there he ended up going to jail for a little bit, and then coming back home. And but one thing that was clear about him is that he was a leader. He was a leader, and I knew that eventually he was going to end up getting his own band, and that's kind of what happened.
Yeah, man. Shouts out to Rabadoo, man. Chris Black. What it do? I know he's tuned into 8-10 p.m. each and every Tuesday with a special Monday night edition. Sitting here with the legendary, my main man, the Go-Go Beat King. I'm the king of the Go-Go Beat. That's my shit right there. Hey, man, give me some Team Familiar, man. We're going to take a 2-minute break. We're right back. Got these messages. On the Hobby Conga Hour, sitting here with the legendary, the one and only, my main man, D Floyd. It's in the building. Stop playing. Come on, bro.
Don't you love me? Don't you love me?
It's no problem at all.
Don't you love me, baby?
That's right.
Don't you love me?
Also, we got my man Six from the Raw Image Band over here. Who you get? Is that love right there? Huh? Come in, Six. And my man Mike from the Big Band. Look at this band.
Don't you love me?
7. You done the 7, right? 7.
The things that I've been through.
Okay. All right, clear.
But when it comes to honor, I'll talk the whole line of you. Don't you love me? About the loving
George Clinton.
I've been missing lately, baby. I want kisses. Don't you love me? Don't you love me?
Oh yeah.
Started all brand new. 'Cause if we stay together,
Great Warrior.
there's nothing
Brad would
we
feel like
can do.
That's
Don't
my
you
man.
love me?
He's a genius.
About the loving I've
So
been
the whole,
missing.
the whole Prince Field.
Let's do it, baby.
The whole what?
Prince Field.
Oh yeah. Greg got that perfect pitch.
Don't you love me?
It don't matter. I'm hanging as long as you need me to.
Don't you love me?
Working with the twins of y'all. Let's not stop. Yeah.
Like the day that I'm in bed, nothing went my way. Trying to find me some peace within, but there ain't no rest for no weary man. Everything seems to get me down, looking everywhere just to find a smile. The phone rang, and the angel sang, hello, hello. And it's funny you should call today. It's been too long, but you just moved on. And it's funny you should call today. 'Cause you always find a way to make my day. Tell me how is your family? I can't believe that you thought of me. Baby, my heart will be the best.
All right, it's better. Ha, woo. There we go, y'all. Sound like the pumping his old system back in the day at the game room. 8-10 p.m. each and every Tuesday, got a Monday night edition. Man, look, we sitting here. Ernest Ellis finally got here, my co-host. We sitting here, Ernest Ellis. When you walk in, look what we got here, man. Yeah. The king of the go-go beat. We done had everybody in here. Word. From Sugar Bear to Funk to Go-Go Mickey to all my CPU. I don't know if you know about CPU. I got an organization called CPU. Congo Players United. It's like 50 of us.
Oh, yeah?
Me, Mick, Found Foxy Brown, Rocksteady, Little Beats, Bojack, Lil BJ, everybody. In this room, about 3-4 times on YouTube, I had like 50 Congo players in here at one time. Everybody. We call Congo Players United. Mickey even got a tattoo. The CPU tattoo. Congo
oh, okay.
Yeah, so that's what we're just trying to bridge the gap, man, between the youth and the old, the young and the old, with the young Congo players and the older Congo players. And we just get together like once a month and just fellowship, man, you know. Sitting here riding shotgun with the king of the go-go beat, Donnell Floyd, man. Once again, put your hands together, man. He's in the building, man. Put your hands together. Put your hands together. D Floyd, what would you say is the biggest misconception about you, man?
Shit, I don't know. I think it's all true. Like when you say it, I think all the things about me is true. I think when, people say I'm arrogant and I'm this and I'm that, I agree with all of that.
You think so?
Yeah, I don't have no problem with that stuff, man.
Okay. Because every time me and you, I don't see that.
Well, I'm confident about what I do.
Yeah.
I'm not playing no games with people. I ain't, shucking and jiving, scratching where I don't itch and all that stuff. I'm going to just say what it is, and if you don't care for it, then you don't care for it. That's how I was brought up. You know what I mean?
It must be rugged for you because you have maintained to stay at a consistent level, on that level, for quite some time, for decades. So whatever you're doing, keep on doing it. If it ain't broke, don't fix it, right? Team Familiar, friend. You want to ask him something?
Yeah, but go ahead.
Okay, Team Familiar right now. Okay. When you talk about the top bands, Team Familiar, BYB, Red Essence now, I guess they done crept back into the loop, and JYB. Is that your top 4 right there? On your world famous top 10?
Yeah, Team Familiar.
That you got 1,000 people wanting to kill you?
BYB and Team Familiar and BYB definitely top 1 and 2, definitely.
That's been since you started it, right?
Oh yeah.
So Donnell, what do you say to these up and coming bands that says things like, you don't give them a chance to like open up for y'all? Cause they looking right now. What do you say to these guys, Donnell?
Hey, well, it's a funny thing, man. Like we have a particular brand that we play. We lose points for it with the industry people, but we gain points for it from the crowd, the people who actually pay at the door. So we have a style. We come out, we lay back, we playing a jazz song, we playing 2 or 3 slow songs. We kind of want to build the night from the time the person walks in the door.
Yes, sir.
Coat check. Maybe they go grab a drink. They just chilling, finding out where they're gonna sit. Mm-hmm. So we try to build our night extremely slow, right? And by the time we get to the second set, we push up a little bit more, and we end up here. But the third set, we back down a little bit, and then we end up here. So we have a system, right?
Right.
Well, when you put other bands on the show, and let's just say they not where you at, but they want to be where you at, they coming for your head. So now in the first set is Timbales and fucked other niggas and all that stuff.
I get.
And so, listen, the way I come up, I love that. I come up with the first song is Work the Walls and all of that. But it ain't good for our brand. It's not what we do for our brand and for our people.
Got you.
And so, for the most part, it's just best for us to just do the extra set. Most bands play 2 sets. Well, some people switching to 3 sets now. But most bands play 2 sets. We play 3 sets so that we don't need the other band, and we can build this night the way that our people like it to be built. And our people, they, for the most part, they the blue-collar workers of D.C. They the Metro workers, Verizon, the Comcast, the mailmen, the ladies that's, nurse it, just whatever it is. And so, it's just a better atmosphere. Also, because I have, in my opinion, such a illustrious front line, if we only had the 2 sets, now, hell, you might get 2 songs, and you might get 2 songs, but that's really not enough for a person like Scooby or Kim or even Kesey, because they used to have in their own situations where they're going to shine all night. So also the 3rd set gives us a chance to, hell, everybody get a chance to shine as much as they want. You know what I mean? Like, probably we play 7 songs a set. That's 21 songs between me, Jason, Scooby, Kim, and Kesey, right? So mostly everybody get about 4 songs apiece, and they feel good about that. They're not mad about how much this person sang,
right?
How much the other person sang. You know what I mean? And so it's a good deal. Also, we got some incredible musicians in the band, and the first set allows them to show how incredible they are. They take their solos, and we have instrumentals, and so it's just it just works out. It just works out. And then a lot of times, bands, they interested in taking more than they bring. Okay. So they want to get paid, but their pay doesn't equal the number of people that they bring through the door.
Gotcha.
You know what I mean? And so, it's just listen, I come up in a time where, trying to get on, and in fact, if it wasn't for that system that you speak of, we wouldn't have made it, because when 911 went all the way down to the bottom, we had 5 and 10 people coming to see us. Sugar Bear was good enough to allow us to play, to get on to a show. Like, we could find our own show somewhere, but nobody would come and see us anymore. So Sugar Bear was playing at the Market Inn or Market Lounge, whatever it was called, and he allowed us to come and open up for him. So I get it, that it helps people, but we worked hard when we got on Sugar Bear show. We promoted, we made sure we was bringing in enough people to pay for ourselves. And hell, we was only asked for $300. And that's with a great lineup of people. So it's just tough, all the way around. I get it where, people want to open for us and stuff like that. But for the most part, it's not conducive. Like, if they was to come in and play the position of an opening group, play a nice little warm-up set, then, it'd be a little bit easier. But usually when they come in, they trying to tear our head off.
Yeah, I know.
And I was like that.
We always like that.
When Familiar Faces would open up for Listen, when Listen was on fire, we used to try to go in and tear their head off. So I get it. But, just for the program we run, it just doesn't work for us for the most part.
Well, there you have it, ladies and gentlemen. I get these questions all the time, man. Ask Darnell this, ask Darnell that. Yeah, man. What's up, Ernest L, man?
What's good?
You see, we got the man up in here with us, man.
Yeah, man. D FLOYD, man.
Huh? Hey, look. It's like everybody got an alter ego, right? What's the name of the alter ego that you turn into when you put that headband? Because you turn into something else. Because you could be chilling. If I come see them, and when he put that headband, I'm like, oh, it's time to go now.
Yeah, really, that's who I really always want to be. But it's just not. Again, it's just not good for. It's just not good for the brand. The way whenever we lost Rapper, we knew that we was in trouble with the youngsters, with the kids, and so we decided we would go, in a more mature lane. Okay. And so I remember Al was our sound man back then.
Shouts out to Al Winkler.
Yeah, and I would play, the first song would be Miles Davis, Tutu, and the second song would be Work the Walls. And him and Jahar used to get so mad at me, man. They be like, man, you ain't serious about this. You ain't, and so I just, over the time, I had to learn to just, patience, man, and you got all night to get it done, and just, so really, I try to build the night the correct way, R&B, with a good little push. Hell, now with Mickey and Bo, they really don't let you lay back on nothing. Like, anytime it's a pocket, they going
They going in.
They going to push. And so, but, you know, I try to have patience about it. But at the end of the night, you know, people ready to party. And that's what's wrong with some grown and sexy bands that is in the late night, people really ready to go.
Yeah.
And some of them don't go. So, but, you know, that's what we try to do.
What James used to call you Pump Daddy or something like that?
Puff. Puff. Puff Daddy.
Okay, yeah. But Darnell always brought that edge. He always had that edge with him. And you got that electricity with you, man. It's just even with the Mickey thing, you know. Like Mick, you know, that's like my brother, man. And it's like you when you say Mickey, shorty just be.
Nah, he's the greatest.
But you be wearing his ass out too. I'm gonna let you know. You
It's
be giving
funny,
Mick about a half an hour solo, man.
Whenever
Mickey!
I had gone back to Red Essence, he was sitting over there with a drink in his hand most of the night. So I remember going to White Boy. I said, "Yo, who is our Congo player?" And he like, "I mean, what you mean?" I'm like, "Who's our Congo player?" He said, "Mickey." You mean what? He's like, "What you mean?" I'm like, "I mean, that's Go-Go Mickey sitting over there. Why are we playing 15 Timbali songs?"
Right.
That's Go-Go Mickey. I mean,
Right,
this is
yeah.
the greatest thing to me.
I can say it. I'm a Congo player.
Yeah.
He the GOAT.
Yeah. And if that's who he is, why are we playing Timbali
All night.
songs all night long? So I just, something special about him. Like, a lot of people will play, a lot of people got talent, and I love all of them. But something about that young fella over there, man, he played hard.
It's his edge.
We played
And
last
the Congo
night.
sound different when he hit them. You know?
And we played Sunday night up Society Lounge, just a layback. I mean, this guy played hard from the beginning to the end. Like, it's not, even when it's not his solo or nothing. I mean, he just played hard. He give it everything he got. Like, I use in-ear monitors now, and that's the only thing I want I want to hear me. I want to hear the trumpet player so that we in tune.
Yeah.
And Mickey, that's all that's in my
That's it.
monitors.
That's a big compliment right there.
Hey, he tough.
That's a big compliment, man. So look here, man. We sitting here riding shotgun with Ernest L., the Go-Go Report in the building. We got the legendary Darnell Floyd up in here from Team Familiar. Official DJ Rick on the ones and twos, rolling grind on the engineering status. You understand me? We got a little Ern over there, Ernest L. Jr. Over there. Hey, Ern. How you doing? You doing your homework? Okay, that's what it is. So Darnell Floyd, let's talk about the Puerto Rico situation.
All right.
So everybody's going to. You guys were pretty much prominent in the Miami takeover situation. That was you. You guys started that.
Right.
I want to say. And the thing I love about your situation is everybody's, you know, Miami takeover. You guys been there, done that. Now you took it to Puerto Rico.
Right.
That's crazy. What made you even think of doing something like that, man?
We started the whole Miami thing. My man Baba was alive.
Oh, shouts out to Baba, man.
Yeah, we wanted to shoot a video of
Mr. Cheeks.
with Mr. Cheeks.
Yeah,
We
I
wanted
remember
to shoot that video, and so man, I mean, this guy forked over about $40,000, sent us to Miami. We had a little bus trip to kind of help offset the cost. And that's what kind of started for us. Like, damn, this is all right. And so every year we started going to Miami. Somewhere in the middle of that, we ran into Wiley K, who was also doing a Miami trip, and he was like, "Yo, we need to all hook up, do it at the same time." And so, you know, we did. We hooked up with Wiley K for a year or two, and we would always go when Alonzo Mourning did his Summer Groove, and the concept was, you know, a lot of DC goes up there for Alonzo Mourning's Summer Groove anyway.
Right.
So why don't we go up there and we can piggyback off of that? So, you know, every year we would wait till February till Alonzo would announce when his Summer Groove was going to be, and then we'll start selling tickets. Then after a while, I was like, yo, Wiley, you know, now Wiley K is the Summer Takeover or Miami Takeover, and our thing was Go-Go Miami.
Okay.
We called ours Go-Go Miami. He called his Miami Takeover.
Right.
And, you know, I was like, Wiley, we don't need to wait for Alonzo. We can just decide our own date. Well, he wanted to continue to wait. So we just started saying we're going the second weekend of July or third weekend, whatever it was. And then he kind of piggybacked off of it. We fell out after a while that we didn't do things together, but still it was smart for all of us to go at the same time because we would bring upwards of 3,000 people between the different promotion groups. And, we would focus on Friday. Wiley would focus on Thursday, the all-white party. We had a day party Saturday. He had a night party Saturday. And that's kind of how, the whole thing kind of grew. And then when Backyard came along, they started bringing more people, and that was cool. But then when some of the other
everybody
elements started getting in, it become a little young. It becomes a little. It's not about the congestion, but just the age group. And for our people, again, the working class, a little bit older now. I used to love to party and go hard, and now I'm a little bit more reserved, but I still love go-go. Yeah. I'm gonna come out, but I want to be careful. Yeah. So, when Miami started getting a little rough, we decided we would switch and go to a little bit more reserved situation, and that's how Puerto Rico came about. You didn't need a passport to get to Puerto Rico, and you don't need a passport to get to Puerto Rico, and it's still a great beach, a great situation. So this is our second year doing it. It's looking good. Everything is going good. We do it in-house, so we ain't begging nobody for no money or nothing like that. And everything is going pretty good.
It's a nice little convenient getaway. Yeah. I gotta see what's up with that situation, because my little Mike, who be with Jahar, so you gotta realize me, little Mike, and Jahar was like this growing up, man.
Little Mike.
Little Mike was my next door neighbor for like 8 years.
All right.
He can walk in my house without, just little reds. Darnell Floyd is in the building. I finally got you here, man. Bruh, I just want to say to you, let's one more thing. Congrats on the Verizon Center, man.
Oh, man, that was a good look.
Hey, yeah. That was a real good look, man. You guys made history. 10,000 strong in there. White, black, Chinese, Puerto Rican. Everybody enjoyed themselves. You guys and BYB put on a hell of a show. And compare that situation in that moment to Go Live.
Well, I don't know if anything compares to Go Live. Like, Go Live was a show specifically for us being the Go community. Yeah. And Go Live that night probably was about 16,000. I remember it held about 18, and that was about 16,000. And, since we performed for 40 minutes, 45 minutes. I mean, that was just an electric atmosphere. It was standing. I mean, you had the people standing in front of you. And you got a chance to put on a show where Verizon Center, I think we had closer to 20 minutes, and you really couldn't put on a show. But, I mean, just the energy that we experienced from those people. I mean, for them to give us the opportunity to, to be in their venue like that, I mean, was an incredible opportunity. They didn't worry about, the risk factors that people try to always associate Go with, and all of those little stereotypes that they already try to associate us with. And they let us get down, and it was great. I loved every minute of it. It doesn't compare to Go Live, but I mean, I loved every minute of it.
And I heard through the grapevine that the same people that put that on are putting something else on.
Yeah, they are. And I don't know if it's the same people, because Monumental put on that, and I know Cliff Jones and Pendergrass and them is putting something together right now. Yeah. And Cliff was with Monumental. Yeah. He was wrapped up in it, so. Yeah,
that's the big bro right there. Cliff. Yeah. Shouts out to Cliff Jones, man. So hopefully we can make that happen. Man, any last shout outs or parting words? We finally got you here. We good now. We done had everybody but you, bro.
Yeah, you gotta come more often.
Seriously, hey D, this is the home of Go right now.
Yeah, no, my schedule is so crazy, man.
But that's why I appreciate you, because I know that.
Yeah, my schedule is so crazy. We playing 8 times this week. I mean, this week we playing 8 times. 8 times. And I get up at 5 in the morning to go to work. So it's really tough, man. And I know a lot of people, who who have go-go shows and stuff like that always kill me because I don't come on. But it's not that I don't. I love this music. I love these people. I love the scene. I try to hope that it finds a way of being saved because it's dying. And I mean,
I'm doing my best, bro. And
it's dying fast.
We got a worldwide audience. I mean, I'm not shitting on other shows, but sometimes you gotta step your game up.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? Because we're a TV show too, as you can see.
Right.
So we're killing two birds with one stone.
Yeah. So now I
just like you guys.
I want to do all the shows.
Not to shut you down. Just like you guys. When you go see Team Familiar, it's totally. They look good, sound good. The audience look good. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? I'm just seriously.
Right.
It's all in it. It's all about how you look.
I think that's a lot to do with
your quality. That's why you guys have a consistent fan base like you do, and that plays a lot into it. Because you can go there, everybody fly, like you said it one time.
That's right. Because they definitely bring the A crowd out, the A class folks out. When you go see Familiar, you want to be looking nice. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Some bands just got that crowd that just like throw on anything and just go out. But when you go see Familiar, you want to put it on because the honey's going to be there looking good and everybody going to be in there looking tight. So you got to bring your A game. Got to with that fashion.
That's what it is, man. We sitting here almost a whole hour with the one and only Donnell Floyd. Y'all asked for it, y'all got it. We finally get it. One more time for Donnell Floyd. Any shout outs, man?
No, I got a couple of promos. We got a new album coming out. Comes out today. It's 24 karat. Yeah, 24 karat. It's a nice live album. And then for Pops, we have a single coming out called Stay in Your Lane. We did a video for it. And I said for Pops, I should clarify that every year, starting last year, there's a music day around the same day that he died, which was May 16th.
Yeah.
And so Tom established a music day where all the go-go bands would put a record out, and we would go after radio and stuff like that. And so Stay in Your Lane is going to be our record for New Music Day, and we really going after. We made a video, and all these people who say there ain't no original music, that's not true. We play about 10 original,
look at how many original joints you done
wrote. And but we got a new song coming out, Stay in Your Lane. We did a video. The video is hot. I think the song is pretty good. We've been playing it for a while, but we don't play it so consistently. It's a good song, and so we we got that on the horizon. And then I also kind of
to the bar.
Yeah. That's
my
Straight
shit
to the Bar
right
was
there.
the last one.
That's my shit right there.
This joint got a lot of energy to it. And then I also want to say, just in the whole scheme of where we are with this go-go thing, is that we almost on the grandfather clause because there's no farm system anymore. Like the way it used to be when Chuck was old when we met him, but he was in his early 30s, maybe
when
late
I was playing
20s.
When I was playing with him, he was 56.
Yeah. But so Rare Essence was playing in the summer concerts and stuff like that outside in the park and rec centers. And so you would follow Rare Essence, you follow a young EU, you follow a young Trouble Funk, and then whenever you got a little bit more mature, you go to see Funk. He was at the Odyssey or the Chapter 3 or whatever. And then when Rare Essence came along and got their prominence in their time, you had the young bands like JY, BYB, Northeast Groovers, and they was coming up in their rec centers and fire station. And whenever you got a little bit older from that, you go see Rare Essence at the Rhythms nightclub or the East Side, because now you're a little bit more mature. And so, but what's happening now is there's no come up, there's no farm system. What came behind us was Bounce Beat, and your next step after Bounce Beat was not going to be a go-go band. Maybe a Backyard, because they still have a lot of energy, and maybe a Northeast, because they was playing, not Northeast, maybe a What Band, because they was playing, 50% bounce, 50% go-go. But then whenever Bounce Beat lost their way, if that's fair to say, there is no young go-go bands coming up playing go-go the way we know it, like with the Congos and those kind of things. So now we don't have no farm system. You know, we don't have no minor league, so to speak. And so that's, you know, for my whole life, I've been hearing questions about go-go live, go-go die, and I always felt like, hell, there's always going to be another Chuck, there's always going to be another Genghis, there's always going to be, but now it don't seem like there is going to be, because there's no young bands coming up that's bringing these young kids coming up. You know, so my son doesn't want to be a go-go. He wants to be Jay-Z. He wants to be, you know what I'm saying? So the youngsters now coming up, they want to be the next, you know, rapper or whatever. And so go-go is really in a place now where it's pretty scary.
Yeah, it is. It is, man.
Pretty scary. You got.
So let me ask you, what do you suggest we do about that?
Man, I really don't know. I know that a good lion's share of it comes from the radio. The radio's demographic has always been 14 to 21, and because they don't support go-go, then there's no interest in go-go. Hell, I mean, we played somewhere the other night, and I don't know one song the DJ played. I mean, I really didn't know one song the DJ played. It's all of that trap. Not knocking it at all. But you know, this is what contributes to kids not growing up wanting to be go-go musicians. Right. You know what I mean? And so, you know, radio has a play in it, but also we have a play in why radio turned away from us, because we not going into the studio and recording good songs with good formats and a good quality anymore. Right. So, it's, you know, it's all in there. But I tell you what, you could really see a place in the next 10 years. Hell, there used to be, when go-go bands was coming up, used to be 2 or 3 grown and sexy bands could eat at the same time, and 2 or 3, I call them young and restless, but you know, 2 or 3 younger bands could eat at the same time, and now it's not like that at all. Yes. It's not. I mean, the number of bands that can eat, and I mean, you know, make money, it might be 1 and 1 or 1 and 1.5. You know what I mean? It's not a lot at all, and it's very quietly, this thing is shrinking up. I mean fast. I was talking to Big John, and he was talking about how, you know, he was playing at a wedding, and usually when he go to the little go-go format, you know, everybody would jump on the floor. He said now they kind of clear the floor. Like, it doesn't have the same response that it used to have. And so for the first time ever, I mean, I'm really scared for it. You know what I mean?
Wow. That seems like a topic. What you say, Rick?
Yeah, as a DJ, man, playing out there, and then it's just like last night, you know, I'm so used to playing, I'm from the old school, so I'm used to playing, you know, stuff that here in DC, but they didn't got to a point now, they don't want you to play go-go with go-go. You know, and I'm so used to, back in the day, Tricky Rick, you know, that's how I was. You know what I'm saying? And the dude ran up there when I was playing and said, man, can you play some trap? And I'm looking at him like, for real. You know? So, and I feel what he's saying, man. I mean, it's just, that's how it is now. And one more thing, when you said that people say arrogance, what I found out, and I see some people don't.
They confuse confidence.
They don't know the difference from arrogant and confidence. Then we had this talk about that. You know what I'm saying? And they get it confused. You know, so when a person is confident, some people get it as arrogance. I ain't got no cut cards.
Yeah, you know, and when Go-Go went strong, I was up in.
He got the real voice. He got the.
When Go-Go went strong,
he got the real voice right there.
Very white, right?
Yeah. You know, I was in Syracuse, New York. You know, I was up there playing ball, doing my thing, right, in school.
Bubba Grind.
And I took Go-Go to Syracuse, and those folks, even to this day on Facebook, they talk about learning about Chuck Brown, EU, Trouble Funk, you know, from what we did up there. So those are New Yorkers, all New Yorkers, and they look for one rhythm, one beat, and they stay with it. But one of the things that I espouse real quick and Heartbeat is like everything else. Went to a training seminar with the folks that do Shark Tank, the boy Fubu Cat.
Right.
And they said the number one thing you got to be able to do is you got to be able to innovate and you got to be able to market. And everything grows stale. Kodak grew stale, and when Kodak grew stale, and they were moving toward, from this type to digital to now storage, cloud. Kodak didn't make that transition, right? So Kodak essentially puts themselves out of business. So like everything else, you guys have a wonderful opportunity and challenge. Now you got to innovate.
You got to innovate.
And one of the things I said, the Heartbeat is, look, what has really taken off lately is talk show, talk radio. The Ricky Smileys is in it now, the D.L. Hughley's, and I said, you know what? Let's find out if we can blend talk show format with some of that, put it on stage. And now what happens is folks are into the conversation. They might not be jamming, but all of a sudden they hear that beat in between. It's kind of like the boy do with the Roots, on the Tonight Show. Right. Where did that come from?
Yeah.
Then boom, it just took off. It used to be, it was Lawrence Welk music, right? Now that's what they're doing. So we're going to throw some of that into space and see what happens, man. And if all of a sudden that germinates, then we take that kind of thing across the country. But just keep innovating, man.
There's no doubt about it. And not keep innovating. We got to start innovating. Like Go-Go. I mean, we haven't had new technology or things to enter Go-Go since Darren X started sampling and,
Darren X?
That's my program director.
Yeah. No, and really outside of that, you can't think of any innovation, at all. At all.
Well, D Floyd, we know you're a busy man.
Appreciate you.
We're going to do our best over here, as we've been doing, and I'm going to always reach out to you, bro.
Appreciate you.
Because what you've done thus far and continue to do at this present moment, man, just like I said, you remain consistent, you remain relevant, and you remain at a certain level for a number of decades. So I commend you and I salute you on that, my brother.
Appreciate it.
So any shout outs for you? You good?
I'm good.
I'm
good.
My man. My man.
Tuesday night we're gonna be at Maryland
Live
Live
tomorrow, y'all.
Wednesday night we're gonna be at Meeks. Thursday we're gonna be at Fast Eddie's. Friday we're gonna be at Martini's. We play 3 times on Saturday. We play Seat Pleasant outside for the community. We play a day party at Ivy City Smokehouse, and we play late night at XO. And then Sunday night we at Society Lounge.
Okay, so when do you sleep?
I don't never
get
sleep,
some rest,
but
bro.
Yeah, when it's over, I get enough chance to rest. I'll be all right with that.
Oh man, that's what it is, man. Ernest, any shout outs, man?
Shout out to the Go-Go community. Shout out to D Floyd, man. Always been a fan. And you all that, man. I gotta give it up to you, man. You all that.
Rolling Bubba Grind.
Make mine the P-Funk. I'm just messing with y'all. Hey, man, it was a pleasure.
I've
been a fan of yours, fan of your music, man. Appreciate you coming in. Welcome to the E-Life Media family. Heartbeat Conga Hour.
That's right, man. Look, tomorrow night we taking off.
DJ Rick.
Our anniversary is in 2 weeks, okay? Our anniversary show. 1 year up here at E-Life Media. If you want to go on YouTube and just look at the past shows, it's a crazy situation, all right? So tomorrow night, I'm going down Maryland Live.
Yeah. We need the press passes or how that's going to work?
It's good to get in Maryland Live. Ain't no problem getting in there.
You good, man. So it's your boy Heartbeat signing out, man. Give me some straight to the bar if you can, man. A good little segue out.
All right, but where the press passes anyway? Promote the E-Life.
Right? We
We
down.
See
y'all next week.
Straight to the bar.